Hey guys, Spud here, and today I wanted to celebrate 60,000 subscribers with you all. I know I'm a little bit late to the party at this point, but I wanted to say thank you to all of you guys out there who enjoy my videos and all of my content. And I figured, what better way could we celebrate this channel milestone than a story recap / cruise video showcasing our ongoing campaign, Operation Burning Sands. This campaign, or any of my missions, would not be possible without the support of Fox 3 Managed Solutions. Luck and his team are truly partners of the channel at this point. Big thanks to everyone out there. Now let's go ahead and get to it. Coming to you now from the BBC's Africa and Middle East station in the heart of the Kingdom of Daimar in its second most populous city of Tel Aviv, a special report on the continuing war dubbed Operation Burning Sands by the Shah of the Kingdom. We are now 7 days into this war, and many across the world are wondering, how did this war start? And why is it spreading across the entirety of the Middle East and even into Africa now? The Royal Daimar Air Force, or RDAF, pronounced RDAF for short, has given us unprecedented access to footage captured by its pilots in the new war, as well as maps and photographs to best inform the public around the world watching this war with bated breath. War has not been seen in this part of the world for many decades, since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the main benefactor of the nations that stand arrayed against and surrounding the Kingdom of Daimar. And it is worth a look back into the history of these nations to find out what exactly caused this current war that we're seeing engulfing the entire Middle East. The Empire of Paran and the Kingdom of Daimar are not the ancient nations many in the West sometimes think of them as, but rather they were created quite recently by the partition of the Ottoman Empire by the Allied powers of France and the United Kingdom in the aftermath of the First World War. The Shah of the Empire of Iran, deposed in the late 1890s by the invading emirs from across the Straits of Hormuz, who would eventually create the Islamic Emirates of Persia, was living in exile in the United Kingdom as a guest of the British Crown. And the Shah was chosen by the Allied powers in 1920 to lead the new nation of the Kingdom of Daimar, while his younger, more Islamist-leaning brother was chosen by the French to become the Sultan of the Empire of Paran by 1921. These two brothers shared a bitter rivalry, and immediately following two very different paths of leadership, with the Empire of Paran becoming an Islamic state, while the Kingdom of Daimar leaned further and further into secularism. However, the main conflict between the two nations would be over the coveted Palmyra oil fields, discovered located just miles from the border on the side of the Kingdom of Daimar. Many conflicts have occurred over the years as the two nations clashed over the ownership of the Palmyra oil fields, with the Sultan of Paran insisting that the fields rightly belonged to the Empire of Paran, and that the borders were drawn unfairly by the Allied powers as the wealth of the Kingdom of Daimar and the Shah exploded through the petrodollars flowing to the kingdom from the Palmyra oil fields, as well as the many oil fields of the Arabian Peninsula. The explosion in wealth, however, did not always mean military power, and with such a vast nation to preside over, the fate of the Kingdom of Daimar was not always certain. Following the Second World War and the defeat of Nazism and their Middle Eastern ally of Tehran, the Kingdom of Daimar accepted and encouraged the mass migration of Jewish victims of the Holocaust into the area known as Palestine along the eastern Mediterranean coast. This mass migration of non-Muslims to the holy city of Jerusalem and its surrounding areas deeply angered the Khedivate Sultan of Egypt, and across the Muslim world, from Indonesia to Morocco, fatwas calling for the destruction of the Kingdom of Daimar and the liberation of the holy cities of Jerusalem, Medina, and Mecca from the infidels and secularists were issued. The Empire of Peran, along with the Khedivate of Egypt, now had an economic and religious motive to galvanize their population and militaries for the destruction of the Kingdom of Daimar. Following the failed 1957 attempt by the British, French, and Daimari militaries to recapture the Suez Canal zone, the conflict between the Kingdom of Daimar, Empire of Peran, and Khedivate of Egypt became a proxy war for the superpowers of the United States and Soviet Union as the Cold War quickly heated up. After decades of fighting between the nations, the end of the Cold War and the lack of military and economic assistance from the Soviet Union meant that peace had finally come to the Middle East in the 1990s, as the Khedivate Sultan was overthrown and a democratic government was elected in Egypt and a peace treaty signed with the Shah of Daimar. While in the north, the lack of Soviet assistance left the Empire of Peran to wither on the vine, as the Sultan grew more and more desperate to hold his grip on power as the economy of Peran fell into nearly a 30-year tailspin. This finally brings us to the new war we find ourselves in, Operation Burning Sands. With a resurgent Russia under Vladimir Putin, military assistance had begun to flow to the Empire of Peran once again. And with the Sultan of Peran desperate for a revitalization of the military and economy, a last-ditch invasion into the Kingdom of Daimar to seize the important Palmyra oil fields was planned, but would soon spin out of control as you have all seen play out. The invasion was launched on the 6th of March 2022, the day that is celebrated by the people as the Kingdom of Daimar Independence Day, the day the Shah of Daimar first took power in the capital of Damascus in 1922. This finally brings us to the overview of the events of the new war now engulfing the entire Middle East. On the 6th of March 2022, tanks and armored personnel carriers of the Empire of Peran army stormed across the border as clouds of MiGs flew overhead to strike targets just behind the lines, while Empire of Peran Air Force strategic bombers, namely Tupolev Tu-16 Badgers, attempted to bomb the capital city of Damascus. The Shah's military, as well as United States Air Force and Marine Corps units stationed in Daimar, aiding in the festivities of Independence Day celebration parades and flyovers, were caught completely off guard, and fought desperately to repulse the invaders to no avail, as EPA armored units overran the Palmyra oil fields and stormed south through the Bekaa and An-Naziriyah valleys. It was on this day that the Shah of Daimar's son and heir to the throne was shot down while flying an F-14A Tomcat while providing close air support to a small unit of tankers cut off and trapped and in danger of being overrun. However, once the sun had set, there was a moment's respite from the clouds of EPAF MiGs, and the Royal Daimar Air Force, as well as coalition partners, set upon the task of rolling back the Perani Integrated Air Defense Network with an intense ferocity, exacting revenge for the daytime losses.
Giving you my all, now I'm nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. One fire fights, one fire. One nail. Rights by rights falter. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail. Rights by rights falter. Strength by strength to fail. All that's left now are dreams of kings we murdered to dissect. For our meddling intellect misshapes the beauteous forms of things. So we bleed a little, twist a little, rotting in the belly of the beast. While you feel you cannot do wrong.
Real quick. Alright, I see it.
Oh, teaser, giving you my all, now nothing.
That's it also.
Nothing. One fire fights, one fire. One nail. Rise by rights falter. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail. One fire fights, one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights fall to. Strength by strength to fail.
The second day of the war brought with it new challenges for the Daimari military, as Pirani Scud missiles rained down across the country, sowing panic and confusion among the citizens of the kingdom and causing havoc on air bases and other critical infrastructure. The RDAF has asked us to refrain from showing Scud hunting tactics on this broadcast, and we were more than happy to oblige their request. While Scud hunter-killer teams of RDAF aircraft roamed the interior of Piran, a stroke of luck would give the Royal Daimar Air Force its first major victory of the war. A shipping convoy, full of armaments from Russia, bound for Piran, originally set to make port before the start of hostilities, was delayed due to a massive storm in the North Sea and sailed into the narrow Straits of Cyprus. Due to the fear of killing or injuring Russian personnel, American involvement in the strike was limited to support and intelligence only. Royal Daimar Air Force aircraft savaged the convoy and its escorts, sending hundreds of tanks and artillery pieces to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea.
Kokala Tower, clear for departure, runway 25, winds 270 for 8 knots, visibility 3+ miles, climb maintain 5,000, maintain this frequency until midnight. 101, call tower, be closer on deck, runway 25, down dirty, wake up.
Marie douceur, c'est ainsi que tu me surnommes. Tu crois bien sûr me connaître mieux que personne. Marie colère existe aussi, fais bien attention. Je te l'ai déjà dit 100 000 fois sur tous les tons. Marie douceur a beaucoup de patience. Oui, mais un jour tu verras entrer dans la danse. Marie colère avec des éclairs dans les yeux. Je sais lequel aura le plus peur de nous deux. Marie douceur est avec toi bien trop gentille. Si tu persistes à regarder les autres filles, Marie colère ne sera plus du tout d'accord et sautera sur toi toute griffe dehors. Marie douceur aime bien chanter des ballades, mais ne t'y fie pas trop, un bon conseil prends garde. Marie colère adore les éclats de voix, alors choisis entre les autres filles et moi. Marie douceur, c'est ainsi que tu me surnommes. Tu crois bien sûr me connaître mieux que personne. Marie colère est maintenant là devant toi. Marie douceur n'est plus qu'un souvenir déjà.
before vacating runway 25.
The third day of the war was relatively quiet, as both sides solidified their positions as the Piranis exhausted their original invading armored units, and Royal Daimari Army reinforcements were rushed to the front as nationwide mobilization started to go into effect. However, the action in the air was anything but boring. We are told that American satellite imagery found 3 cargo ships and an escort from the large convoy were able to escape and made their way to the port of Latakia, where the ships and cargo were subject to the largest airstrike of the war so far. Sometimes referred to as an alpha strike by the pilots and planners, this was a maximum effort by RDAF, USAF, USMC, and aircraft from the newly arrived USS George Washington Battle Group were made possible by the rollback of the Pirani Integrated Air Defense Network over the last 2 days. We were also told that the strike was engineered to elicit a response from the EPAF for the downing of as many MiGs as possible. However, this bit of information is still unconfirmed and unverified as of this time.
One set of aircraft taxiing ahead of you, clear taxi to one branch Charlotte.
Meeting you with a view to a kill. Face to face in secret places.
All flights, this
Feel the
is
chill.
Mustang 7-1. Everyone is cleared to push. Waypoint 3, the IP point. All flights.
Nightfall covers me, but you know the plans I'm making still overseas.
Are you eating Hellcat or Wildcat?
Could it be the whole lot opening wide? A sacred wine, a mystery gaping inside. The weekend's wine until we dance into the fire. A fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire to fatal sounds, broken dreams. Dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire.
Copy that. You go after the one still left. I'm gonna drop my second bomb on a ship.
To a kill
Copy that. Nice shots, nice shots.
between the shades, assassination, standing still.
Okay, background.
First crystal tears for the snowflakes on your body. First time in years to drench your skin with lovers' rosy stain. A chance to find the feelings for the flame. A chance to die. Can we dance
winds 270 at 8, clear to land, check gear down.
The fourth day of Operation Burning Sands saw a renewed offensive south by the Empire of Paran army. With its gains in the Palmyra oil field solidified, the Sultan of Paran ordered his generals to concentrate on the western portion of the invasion. We are told by sources close to the Sultan that his generals believed the longer that a counteroffensive into the Palmyra oil fields could be stalled, the better chance of having a ceasefire declared on favorable terms. This meant a massive push down the Bekaa Valley to cut off the vulnerable Daimari city of Beirut, and keeping attention pulled away from the precious eastern oil fields. Royal Daimar Army troops, aided by close air support from RDAF Apache helicopters and fixed-wing jets, eventually carried the day, preventing the capture of the Blue Lake Hotel and Spa and keeping the highway for evacuation of Beirut intact. However, the price for this valiant defense was massive, with horrible imagery of dead and wounded soldiers being unloaded from RDAF helicopters at field hospitals spreading across social media. It was also the day that tragedy hit the Shah of Daimar personally, as news of the death of his eldest son and heir to the throne, shot down on the first day of the war in his F-14A Tomcat, were confirmed. The fifth day of the war was a somber one, as many across the besieged Kingdom of Daimar realized that this war would not be a short one, and would become an existential fight for the Kingdom of Daimar's people, culture, and values fostered by its beloved ruling family. The day opened with a massive state funeral on the ground of Ramat David Air Force Base in Haifa, along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. For the Shah of Daimar's oldest son and heir to the throne, along with several of his squadron mates, who flew the revered F-14 Tomcat with the No. 69 Hammers Squadron. The Shah acknowledged and addressed one of the most weighty issues of the new war for the attendees: the first losses of Royal Daimar Air Force female pilots in the line of duty. From what we saw at the funeral, the Shah once again kept the large nation, with its vast and diverse population and beliefs in balance, like many of the Shahs before him, entrusted with leading the Kingdom of Daimar. As soon as the state funeral ended, the airbase sprang back to life, preparing aircraft for the next airstrike against the Pirani invaders, this time aimed at the major MiG bases in the cities of Aleppo and Hama in the heart of the Empire of Piran. While these airstrikes were massively successful, with many Pirani aircraft destroyed on the ground and in the air, losses suffered by coalition aircraft, especially to surface-to-air missiles or SAMs, were very heavy, and has led to a morale crisis within the RDAF's F-16 squadrons. These specialist jets and pilots known as Wild Weasels are the ones who are burdened with taking on the dangerous Pirani SAMs. Reportedly, this has massively worried the Shah, who we are told has gone to visit these squadrons personally in order to boost the morale of the Wild Weasel pilots.
Gonna
The 6th day of the war, while only yesterday, feels like an eternity away, with the pace of the war and the losses that have been felt all around our BBC station here in Tel Aviv. This has been the most active day of the war so far, with so many developments we were unable to keep up during our normal broadcasts. Enraged by the successes of the strikes on the air bases deep within the Empire of Paran, the Sultan ordered a maximum effort strike to destroy the Shah's most prized possession, the newly commissioned Royal Daimar Navy aircraft carrier RDNS Suez, oddly enough the refitted former Soviet carrier Riga or Varyag. This attack by numerous MiGs, Mirages, and Tupolev Tu-16 Badgers was repulsed with no damage to either the USS George Washington, the American aircraft carrier in the area, or the RDNS Suez, thanks in part to the long-range missiles carried by the RDAF F-14A and B Tomcats. The success of the RDAF Tomcat pilots launched a massive inquiry and investigation in the American Congress into the retirement of the F-14 from the US Navy. However, unfortunately, we are very sad to report that it has been confirmed by US Navy sources and US government sources that 5 American sailors did perish during the attack due to accidental friendly fire and shrapnel from missiles destroyed by American close-in weapons systems. However, it was last night that saw the largest changes to the balance of power in the war so far. Under the cover of darkness, paramilitary forces of the Islamic Emirates of Persia seized the supertanker MV Salhat, flagged under the Commonwealth of the Trucial Coast, and sailed it to the small island of Greater Toom near the Straits of Hormuz. Hardliners within the IEP soon declared that oil offloaded from the ship and the ship itself would be used as restitution for the illegal sanctions levied against the Islamic Emirates of Persia. Details still remain fuzzy, but many unconfirmed sources are telling us that the RDAF's shadowy 1st Special Operations Squadron and the Trucial Coast Air Force aircraft have sunk the hijacked tanker and have bombed the oil storage depot on the island of Greater Toom. Many videos of large fireballs and explosions in the Gulf have circulated social media, with one unconfirmed source from the Lloyd's of London Insurance Exchange stating the attack on the stolen oil was orchestrated by the insurance giant and sanctioned by the Daimaris, Americans, and British. This is still very much a developing story as of the 7th day of the war.
Show me how to love me.
This finally brings us to today, the 7th day of the war, with our special report being recorded at 1300 hours local Tel Aviv time. For many in the Kingdom of Daimar, it feels as if this war, while only a week old, has been raging for a year if not more. This morning saw the Royal Daimar Army launch an offensive for the first time in this war, with 2 armored units under the odd but lovable call signs of Crazy Ivan and Blind Man, with the 2 radio handles being cheered on by many across the kingdom. Over the morning, the offensive into the Palmyra oil fields has been making steady progress, with numerous RDAF Apaches and coalition fixed-wing aircraft providing close air support, in what we've been told is called Battlefield Air Interdiction, or BAI, where aircraft strike targets just behind the immediate front lines, clearing the way for friendly ground forces. Simultaneously, RDAF and coalition airstrikes deep in the heart of the Empire of Paran continue at a high tempo, with pilots striking command and control hubs, air defenses, and general targets of opportunity. We were recently informed of a large strike against reinforcements moving south into the new battle around Palmyra, were nearly wiped out by coalition pilots. However, in a major development, many of these returning pilots are reporting evidence of Islamic Emirates of Persia Air Force, or IEPAF, F-15 Eagles, and F-4 Phantoms operating within the borders of the Empire of Paran, adding to the story of last night's fast and violent battle high in the skies of the Persian Gulf. Adding to the fast pace of the last 36 hours or so, we are also getting confusing and often contradictory reports of a coup d'etat occurring in the Democratic Republic of Egypt. Reportedly, Chinese-built JF-17 Thunder fighter jets have bombed the parliament building in Cairo, killing many members of the parliament and the president. Some reports from unverified sources are claiming that tanks and armored vehicles have flooded the streets of Cairo, and the coup was orchestrated by hardline Islamists within the military, the Muslim Brotherhood, and supported by Russia and China. Other sources have claimed this coup was launched through support from the Islamic Emirates of Persia, with a newly formed Islamic government declaring the nation is now the Arab Republic of New Alexandria, and that all peace treaties signed by the infidel government with the Kingdom of Daimar are now null and void, that the holy cities of Jerusalem, Mecca, and Medina would soon be liberated, but not going as far as declaring war on the kingdom.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone, it went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know.
Nice shot.
Half my life's in books, written pages. Live and learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you.
I just wanted to say thanks again, guys, for supporting my channel over the years. I hope to stay here making DCS World videos and content for many more to come. I really believe that with the right group and the right creativity, anything is possible inside of DCS, and this video and the Operation Burning Sands campaign are definitely proof of this. Huge thanks to all of my awesome pilots, RIOs, WSOs, co-pilot gunners, ATC and GCI controllers throughout all of these missions. I can't wait to fly more with you guys and make it to 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.